Hello and welcome to the Watch What's YouTube channel. We've managed to catch up with counter-terrorism combat dive instructor, marine conservationist and Luminox watches ambassador Scott Cassell to chat about his recent 30-mile scuba dive to raise awareness about the ever-decreasing standard of our oceans and about his partnership with Luminox. Scott, it's lovely to talk to you today. In the past you've been described as an oceanographer, a marine conservationist and even as a modern-day Captain Nemo, I've heard on a few YouTube videos. How does it feel to now become an ambassador for Luminox watches?
I find myself every day trying to be worthy of that. I don't think that it's anything that's given. I think that I need to every day do something to make my value high enough to earn that. It's a privilege.
Yeah, I saw you had one of the watches on each of your
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did good support from the team there?
I did. I had wonderful support from them. Basically, Luminox not only were there to, to help me personally, because they were physically there. They came out to the expedition.
Fantastic.
But they also gave me two of these watches here, one for each wrist.
Yeah.
And the reason is that in case one got smashed or something like that, I had another one, because the timing was very important. I was underwater, 11 hours. So you don't want to come up and get decompression sickness because you weren't timing things properly. So it really was a piece of essential gear.
As the dive itself, 30-mile dive, can you give us a bit of the reason behind why you were trying to do it?
Yeah, the reason for the 30-mile dive was to do a scientific transect to count sharks. And I picked the highlight of the shark season, the highlight of the shark time of day that they were there, and basically did the dive at the depth that they were commonly there. Really, if I were to do this dive just 10 years ago, I would have seen between 30 and 100 sharks easily. And during 11 hours of diving in the top of the shark season, an area where there used to be thousands of sharks, I didn't see a single shark. It breaks the heart. And it's an indicator really as to what's going on with the oceans, is that it's being terribly fished out and terribly mismanaged. And to make a long story short, our generation is that is seeing the ocean die.
Have you ever genuinely felt you were in danger while you were doing your job?
The most in danger that I've ever been in underwater is from people. I've been run over by a boat, by a poacher that saw me on the surface at night and tried to kill me. People are truly the most dangerous animals on the planet. It's not the sharks, it's not the giant squid. Humboldt squid have hurt me. I'm not going to pull any punches there. They are a vicious animal. They've hurt me more than sharks. I've been diving for 35 years. I've been in the water about 2,000 times, 2,000 different dives with squid, and probably 4,000 dives with sharks. And squid have attacked me more than any percentage of sharks I've ever come close to. About 50% of the time. Wow. And sometimes they hurt you. I've had my right arm ripped out of its socket by a Humboldt squid that was half my weight. They're very powerful animals.
Yeah. Right. Can you tell us a little bit more about the two organisations that you're so involved with? You've got the Undersea Voyager Project and Seawolves Unlimited, and a little bit about what they do.
Well, Seawolves Unlimited is a derivative of a company I used to have as a counterterrorism company, where we do foreign security. Mostly combat diver and observations using sniper skills. But I started to use those same skills hunting poachers. And it evolved into being sea wolves when one of the people I was hunting, a poacher, called me a sea wolf. And when the enemy calls you something, that's the name you got to keep. And so I actually formed the company Sea Wolves based on what he called me. And it is a for-profit company. It's used for underwater filmmaking and production, as well as hunting poachers. But Undersea Voyager Project is the nonprofit corporation, and they work closely together all the time. The Undersea Voyager Project's main mission is to learn the current condition of the oceans by doing research with scientists and citizen scientists, and report that information freely to the public at no cost.
Fantastic. With your new partnership with Luminox, you've had a part in the two watches that have got your name attached to them now.
I know, it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit of an honour, that, isn't it? To have something that's going to be around forever has got your name on it.
Yeah, I guess I can die happy now.
Yeah. What part did you have, if any, in the development of the watches? Did you suggest aspects that the watches needed, or was it in the design? Or?
Well, you know, I come from a special operations background, and I am a combat diver. I live in a real world environment where your watch is an essential piece of equipment. It has to work. And when I told him I want a watch that, you know, literally, you're going to be able to bang it around. It needs to be able to survive what I do and still work. I mean, I put my life on the line with a watch. And to give you an illustration, I'll leave at exactly midnight on a desert island in the middle of the Sea of Cortez where there's no help. There is no rescue. And I'll swim out a half a mile offshore with my GPS, and I'll fight against currents until I'm in this area. And then I'll wait for my buddy to come and get me in the middle of the ocean with no lights at an exact point in time. And if we miss each other by 10 minutes, I could be adrift all night or never be found again. So that's how much reliance I put on this watch. So it has to work. This isn't a fashion thing. This is an essential piece of equipment. And that was done. But then when they started talking about, okay, what illustrates Scott? Well, the bezel on this watch has suction cups because I've spent 20 years of my life researching giant squid and Humboldt squid. And so they actually got suction cups. And it's great because with gloved hands, it fits right there and it helps you twist it. So I thought that was delightful. Yeah. And of course, they got my logo on their Seawolves, which is the counterterrorism program. Yeah.
After the amazing 30-mile dive, have you got any more plans for any more big feats like that? Anything?
Yeah, actually, I've already started something. It's called 30-30, and it's another 30-mile dive, followed by another 30-mile dive, followed by another 30-mile dive. We've just completed a 30-mile dive inside Lake Tahoe, a 7,000-foot high elevation alpine lake, looking for microscopic plastics, and we found some in a place we never thought that it would be. And this next summer, in 2013, we're going to do another 30-mile dive looking for sharks, but also this time we're going to look for microscopic plastics while we're there. And this one, the other 30, is we're going to spend 30 days underwater drifting in an underwater habitat where we're looking for pelagic animals, we're looking for pollution content in the water, and we're looking for microscopic plastics. So 30, 30, 30. Yes. So we're going to travel 30 miles in all these different directions with different technologies.
Wow, it's really good that you're doing these kind of things that are not only raising awareness, but there's like a scientific principle behind them and you can learn things and find them out while you're doing them.
Well, everything we do is called a transect, which means it's a scientific tool and it's repeatable. So everything I do can be done again and again and again. And we use this as baseline. We compare data as we go. And it's a very important measure to find out where we're headed.
Scott, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you today.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time and good luck in the future.
Oh, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.